no place I'd rather be than here with you. That's all I need. There's no one I'd rather see close to me. That's all I need. If I could stay here, then I will stay here forever. If you're meant to, then let's be a mess together. Let's be a mess together.
This is what we are doing today. We are planting mealies, beans, and squash. This is our bed. I just opened 3 lines where we're going to put our mealies and squash. Same here. I just made markings. Here's one mark. Here's another one. And there's the third one where I will open the lines. This is how our lower garden looks at the moment. We added composted cow manure on these 3 beds, and then we're still going to add on these 1, 2, 3 beds. Then there's other 2 beds there that we need to add straw or grass like those ones there, because we have planted amadumbe. I'm gonna find an English name for them and put it on the screen. Yeah, so we are going to add grass like we did to the potatoes that side. So this is how our lower garden looks at the moment. It's got about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 long beds and 2 small beds. That one there, it's got carrots in it, and then that one there, it makes 11 beds altogether. Then we have this area that we are working on now. We want to make 2 long beds all the way to up there, and then we still have the rest of the garden there to work on. So yeah, we still have a lot to do, but this is what we have done in the past couple of days. And then we're just adding seeds now with some fertilizer. There's the fertilizer on the side and the seeds are on that packet. So we want to add beans, mealies, and squash. 1, 2, 3, 4 beds will be beans. 1, 2, that will be mealies and squash if we don't change our minds about it. But yeah, that is what we have been up to in the past couple of days, and hopefully next week we're going to start working on this entire area all the way up there. And yeah, our potatoes have actually started sprouting on that bed, on those beds there, and at the top there. I'll take you closer to them so that you can see. Last year this entire area had mealies all the way up to this bed here, this bed here, and that one had broccoli, and that side all the way up to that bed that is next to the long covered bed. I think we had yeah, all the way up to there we had potatoes, and then in the middle we had some herbs and some cabbages. But this time we've changed everything. We didn't have beds like we didn't separate beds like we did now, because all that area there had potatoes. It was just one huge bed, and then we slotted some cabbages and some herbs here, and then this bed was for broccoli. So we decided that we want to section it into beds all the way up there. This whole area was also mealies. There were no beds separated, but we want to section it into beds so that it's easier to work on the beds, and also have passages. We will, as time goes on, we'll just put some raw material or maybe grass or cut boxes in the pathways. But for now, this is what it looks like. This is what everything looks like, and we just want to make our entire garden the same way, because it's easier to work with beds if you section it like this, rather than just plowing the entire area and then just planting on huge beds. I think this one gives us a little bit more control. These are our potatoes, and they've started sprouting on these beds, and the ones down there. Yeah. And those ones there are sprouting as well now. See? And then you also have volunteers that are growing on the sides, like this one. And on this bed, this is a carrot bed, but we have lots of volunteer potatoes that are growing in this bed as well. Those ones there were volunteers as well, the ones on the side. These two beds we planted way after we planted the two patches at the top. These are the last potatoes we have planted, and you can see something is happening there. This was a volunteer, and also something is happening there. This one, something is also coming out there. So yeah, this is how our potatoes look at the moment. This is how our garden looks at the moment. Here I had tatsoi, and I just let it flower because I want to collect seeds. So here are the seeds. Once they are ready and dry, I will collect the seeds. And here is our bed. All this lettuce that you see here, we haven't planted it. It is volunteer lettuce. I had lettuce plants here, and then they sprouted, they flowered, and they dried up, and then some seeds fell on the ground. So when it started to become warm and we added the composted manure, the lettuce just grew. The only thing that I put here are these flowers, marigolds, which I need to transplant into other beds. We had that spring garlic chives last year, and it's doing really, really, really well this year. Yeah, as soon as it started becoming warm, all these things just grew. And then I moved a few borage flowers and transplanted them to other beds. So this is how this bed looks, and this is how this one looks. This is coriander, and it's also volunteer. There's about two there. These are also volunteer plants. All I did was just remove the lettuce that was growing here on the pathway and transplanted it on this bed and that bed. So they are doing really well. Very beautiful and healthy. Very beautiful and healthy plants. And I planted the calendula flowers. Look at that. Very beautiful and healthy. This one too. There's a calendula here. We're still gonna add seedlings here. We're gonna plant different things because we want to interplant everything this year. And here, this is how this bed looks. We just removed the weeds from here, and my son picked some of the marigolds that were growing there. So this is how this bed looks at the moment. We're gonna plant all the way in here, this whole area. We're thinking of putting cabbages, and yeah, we'll see what else we put, but we just want to interplant different flowers in one bed for aesthetics, eh? This is also marigold. This is also marigold, which I'm going to remove some of the seedlings and then just move to transplant them to other beds. Here I planted turnip, and it sprouted, flowered, and seeded. So I'm just waiting for it to dry so I can collect the seeds. Once we remove that, we're going to add more things here. Ooh, we have more marigolds. Look at that. They are so healthy. We have more marigolds, and we have this huge parsley plant, which is doing great, by the way. And I transplanted more lettuce here, and some coriander there, and some calendula there, here. And yeah, this bed I'm still cleaning up. I'm de-weeding here. I've already done part of it here, and we've got these beautiful bill plants. Yo, they are so beautiful. They're like up to my hip now. They are so beautiful. And then I slotted some marigolds there. Here. They are so beautiful. They are so beautiful. And then our potatoes are growing there. Look how healthy these borage plants are. Yeah, they also, like, the seeds fell here and then they just grew. Borage is self-seeding, so yeah, this is what happens. Also, these calendulas here, I grew them here, and the seeds that fell grew this year, and then these flowers came out. So yeah, our garden is going to be beautiful. I wanna when I remove this, I wanna put some sunflowers there, and we'll see what else I add. But our garden is going to be beautiful this spring. I wanted to show you the length of this from my hip. Can you see how long, how tall it is? It's like all the way up to my hip here. And it's huge, 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 huge. This is how my parsley plant looks now. It was really huge, really big, but it just experienced some stem rot, and it just died. A lot of it died. Some I managed to pick up early before it withered, like this one. I picked up a lot, so I couldn't use all of it because I don't have a dehydrator to dry it. I tried drying it in the house, but it just didn't come out right. So all these stems, they just rotted. See? So I don't know whether it's too much watering or what, I don't know, but this plant did really well, and I can see that from the one stem that is left there, it's still going to pick up and produce a whole lot more of parsley for us.
There's no place I'd rather be than here with you.
These are our potatoes. 2 months after planting, they're quite big now because we planted them in mid-August, 14, 15 August, around there. And this is how they look on the 10th of October. We were gifted these apple tree plants by our neighbor. He planted them from seed, and they are growing. This is how big they are now. And on this container, there's like 1, 2, and 3. This sprouted here when we got the plants here at home. When it came, it had this one and only the first leaves on this one. But now there's like 3 apple trees. So all in all, we will have 4 apple trees. So I have decided that I will start my seeds on this bed. I'll grow my seedlings here because the ones that I tried growing in the seedling trays did not make it at all. So half this bed, maybe I'm just gonna put seeds and let them grow here. Then I will transplant them from this area here.
If I could stay, then I will stay here forever. If you're meant to, then let's be the best together. Let's be the best together. There's no place rather be.